Saints, say with love. We all heard from the saints about stability, and here's an example right in front of us. Why it is so important to find that anchor, to find that stability, which when the time comes, or how we heard, when life hits me in my illusion, the world that I'm residing in, the riches that I'm chasing, this ever-changing, constantly changing world, which makes me smile this moment and makes me want to run away from it the very next moment. When so much around me and within me is under constant change, sometimes it is meaningful, sometimes it loses all its meaning. Where do I find that stability? From where will I find my anchor, the truth? And it is only this eternal truth that has served as true stability for humans from the beginning of this life, this time. The only message that the saints across ages have been passing on to humanity, to the humankind, is to find and is to realize this anchor, this eternal truth, so that whatever changes there may be, my attachment is not to them, my attachment is not to this world, but to this eternal truth, which remains the same, which has always been the same, and which will always be the same. And that is why it has been referred to as the truth. And if I'm not able to find this stability, this anchor, this truth, then a little bit of self-reflection can make me realize what kind of a life am I leading. I want to do good one moment, but I am filled with anger the moment someone does something wrong to me. I enter the coffee shop smiling, but if someone bumps into me, my entire day goes for a toss. Sometimes such small events fill my head so much that I'm not able to take them out of my head. I might promise myself that I'm going to wake up and make the most of my day, have the best day possible. But just the right temperature wasn't found when I touched my cup of coffee, and my whole day goes for a toss. Everything that I had in my head, the positivity, the energy, the whole promise of seizing the day, making the most out of it, just a small little event can derail my entire intention, derail my entire day. And it has all happened. All of this has happened in some form or the other with us. So where is that stability? Am I truly living the life that I've been wanting to live, the life that I've been meaning to live? My likes, my dislikes, do I even know them? They change with whatever's changing around me. With so much change around me, when the talk of truth comes, when this voice that finds this eternal truth, realize this eternal truth, it is what you have within you. It is what can make life beautiful. All this chatter becomes a distant noise because I'm consumed with this ever-changing materialistic world throughout my entire lifetime. And this is how I see people around me struggling, living. And we have all come to believe that this is what life is supposed to be. This chaos, this utter mess, this ever-changing. There's no peace, no love, no stability to be found. It's all a myth. And this is the state that we have pushed ourselves to, that the falsehood of this change feels the way of life, feels like the only way forward. We've come so far, so distant from this eternal truth, that talking about stability, talking about peace, talking about love, they all seem like an alien concept. We want to talk about God, but unfortunately, man has used God as a tool to create walls. Man has used God, religion, as a tool to drive away people who he feels are different. I'm reminded of one of the messages Baba Hardev Singh Ji gave in his discourses, that he mentioned in one of his discourses that when he saw the Berlin Wall for the first time, the only thought that came to his mind was that this wall, which I'm seeing right now, must have first built in someone's heart, and then it came into existence. That wall must have been built in our hearts. The wall of difference, the wall of prejudice, the wall of hatred, and then it came to become what we saw as the Berlin Wall. And this is what has been happening. We have been building walls in our hearts. Religion, which was meant to bring us closer, which was meant to end duality, which was meant to give me that stability that I spoke of in the beginning, has become the very reason for driving humans away from each other. We've only created divisions. And it has driven us to a point where a simple truth, a simple message of seeing each other as one, of seeing beyond caste, creed, religion, race, language, a simple, profound message seems so difficult. We are seeing the state of the world, the geopolitical situations, and it is right in front of us that humans have only gone further from each other. We haven't bridged the gaps. No matter how far we have progressed, but the gaps, the walls, they still remain. Because the simple message of oneness, of seeing each other in the image of each other, to be able to see myself in a fellow human being, and to see that fellow human being in my own self, the simplest of messages have become the most difficult to live by. And this tragic situation reminds me of a story that I heard, that once in a coffee shop, there were 2 people, 3 people sitting having their cup of coffees, and they got talking to each other. Now look at how the walls, the distance, the differences that we have in our hearts work, that they start introducing themselves, and someone says that, this is who I am, this is my identity, and this is the religion that I come from. That is how we identify ourselves. That is how we see ourselves. All the labels that we have gathered over time, my name, my profession, my religion, my identity. And sometimes we have seen people go to atrocious heights, or lows rather, to defend these labels, to fight for these identities. They would go to any sort of levels, any sort of actions they'll perform to defend these labels, to fight for these labels. And we've come so far that we don't see that in fighting these labels, we become a disgrace to humanity. We forget that we are humans. My identity becomes bigger than my true self. So that's how they were introducing themselves in the bar, in the coffee shop, and they said that this is who I am. The first one said, I'm a Christian. And then the other one introduced himself. Okay, so this is who I am. This is what my name is. And okay, I'm a Muslim. And the next one, they started introducing themselves. And then it was established that, out of the group of people sitting there, many of them belong to different religions, different backgrounds. And then one of them, the last one sitting in the room, in the coffee shop, he started introducing himself. And he said that, okay, this is what my name is, but I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. Now, the next question that everyone asked was, okay, you might be an atheist, but tell me first that are you a Christian atheist? Are you a Muslim atheist? Are you a Hindu atheist? Religion was supposed to break these walls. True religion is meant to bridge humanity. And this is what has happened to our humankind. That even when someone is saying that, I don't even believe in God, I want to know whether the God that he has renounced is mine so that I can call him mine. He's a Christian atheist. He's a Christian. He's a Muslim atheist. He's a Muslim. The labels have become so strong. We have been consumed by them so much that we fail to look beyond them, and we fail to see beyond these labels and see our true selves, and to be able to realize who we really are, to be able to realize this eternal truth is the biggest blessing that a human can attain, can achieve, can be bestowed upon with. Because when we find this eternal truth, we no longer ask, who are you? Who am I? We find the answers to it. We know the answers to it. We realize that no matter who you believe yourself to be, I know who you really are. I know who I really am. We are all humans. We are all the creation of this one, this God, this Almighty. We are all the creation of this one, and hence we are one. And hence I don't need to know, because it doesn't matter where you come from, what culture, what background, what creed, what race. They're all labels. Doesn't matter, because I've been bestowed with the grace that I can see beyond them now. I've been bestowed with the grace that I've been lifted beyond these labels. How we often mention how a lotus floats in that muddy pond. That's the state of the human, of the one who has realized this truth. He lifts above, he or she lifts above these labels, goes beyond looking at these labels, goes beyond asking who you are, because he knows. And to be able to see ourselves for who we really are, to see this entire human family as one, is what we need to truly make this world a world without walls, a place worthy of humans to live in. And each one of us will need to change our worlds first. Because if my way of looking at this world is through the lens of this truth, or rather, I have removed all the lenses that I were wearing, and now the only eyesight that I have is the sight of truth. And through this sight, I see this world, then my world has changed. And my world has changed, then I don't need to say that the world isn't a good place. My world has changed. Then I start playing a part in bringing a positive difference to each one of the people that are in my world. I start to bring in a positive difference in their lives, in their worlds as well. So as long as my life is being led with this realization of this eternal truth, this everlasting, ever stable, this eternal truth is my guiding light, is the highest realization of my life, then I am constantly finding myself being stable. I don't need to worry about the changes that are happening around me to shake my belief systems or to shake my life. I found my stability. I found my anchor. And this is the only anchor that can be truly called an anchor, because it never changes. It remains the same truth back in India or here in Leicester or anywhere in this world. This truth will always and has always been the truth. And this human life that we have been blessed with is just an opportunity to realize and to find this eternal truth. Saints, say with love.